Hello lovelies, Riding Jack Fox here. I'm gonna continue what if Deku was in a piggy apocalypse. So where I left off is where Monoma from Class 1B figured out everything that Class 1A was about and helped a rebellion against Class 1A and the heroes that were involved in it, including All Might. And another student or an innocent bystander did go and look for the villains because they figured out that the villains were kind of being put into this mindset by people by them thinking, oh, they used their quirks on accident or something bad happened to them, but the heroes put them as villains, which is kind of, yeah, that's kind of accurate. So basically Deku is like chained up onto a wall, and whenever he's seen by whenever Uraraka tries to see him and tries to sway him back into the hero side, as she puts it, Deku and gives him food, he literally puts his foot under the food and tosses it back up to Uraraka's face, hitting her in the face with all the food. And literally saying, fuck off, I don't need your bullshit. Sorry if I was cursing, and if you guys hear that. Deku started continuously cursing at Uraraka and telling her to leave him alone and never come to him ever again. And which Uraraka does get upset at, and when Uraraka's mom figured this out, the rumor spread around and got told to Uraraka's mother, she was very disappointed in her daughter. And she's wondering, okay, even if her father is infected and this person loves another person, she shouldn't be doing this. She is my daughter. I taught her well. She should not be doing what she is doing. And she tries to talk to Uraraka about this, but Uraraka just says, oh, those are rumors, those are nothing or anything. And Uraraka's mom knows that this is a lie, and because her daughter is looking around whenever she's talking to her, which Uraraka's mom knows that that is a lie from a knowing perspective. So she is on the move with the other civilians, trying to find the villains and trying to find a way to save Deku. Which Deku was already figuring out a way by him taking the knife that Uraraka left him after throwing the food at her face and said, okay, F you, and F you. Mainly you, Uraraka. As Deku is cutting the ropes that he's literally wrapped in, and each time he's visited by Uraraka, he tosses the food at her face. Each time he's visited by another person with food offering, he literally curses at them nonstop. He doesn't throw the food at their face because that's mainly for Uraraka. And also he needs it to survive because he's hungry. And the next person who done it was a hero. Deku just cursed at them and tells them to leave him alone, never coming back to him as he eats the food. But he's having problems because his arms are tied. And the next person was All Might, and All Might did try to talk to him and try to persuade him back into the hero side, as he says it, as Deku does not talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to All Might or anyone from Class 1A. And some person asked, did Uraraka shoot Toga but accidentally shot Deku as well? And for that person, this is what Uraraka mainly had in her mindset. She took Deku's gun and shot Deku out of fit of rage for him falling in love with a villain, and shot Toga and the other people as well. As I'm gonna cut into the vision of Eri. I'm looking through Eri's eye, so she doesn't know what's going on. Overhaul was taken away from her, and Overhaul did treat her nice, as I said previously. As she is told by the remaining civilians that, oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Basically, Eri is on the movement with the civilians trying to find Overhaul and the other villains, as the heroes put it. And she does miss Overhaul, kind of, because Overhaul did like treated her nicely, as well as the other overhaul people, like stopped doing experiments and all that. And whenever a hero tries to talk to her, Eri literally runs away from them completely, like crying, running away. And whenever All Might tries to talk to her, she does the exact same thing, crying and running away. As the Class 1A and heroes that are involved with Deku's capture, as well as the League of Villains and Overhaul and his goons, are wondering why are the people not respecting us anymore. And whenever the Class 1A is like in front of like other classes, they are literally looked down upon, and Bakugo does get that feeling, and he tries to put himself back on the top, but fails miserably because of what people like. They talk bad about them. They talk in front of them mainly. They talk bad about them, like literally talking in their normal voices, talking bad about Class 1A, and Monoma literally spews out everything bad about Class 1A, like talking about all their bad decisions, talking about how they kidnap a student, and talking about they kidnap people who were supposed to be protected by the heroes. And people start chanting that Monoma's like a new leader when Deku was absent, because he saw everything that the Class 1A and heroes were doing, meaning the ones involved. The other ones who were not involved got the message of the rumors, which were true rumors, and literally got with the other civilians and helped them try to find where the League of Villains are located. And some heroes are like, no, I don't want to help, I'm going to be neutral about this. Other people are like, okay, I'm going to go on this side or da-da-da. And there is like a kind of a war inside the UA. And each time that Bakugo threatens people, they like children starts crying, people are getting scared, and even the Class 1A is like, okay, something is up, what happened? And they literally go to Deku for advice or trying to figure out what he done. And Deku just does not want to talk to them, and they force it out of him. They like start beating him. When I mean beating him, I mean Momo makes a bat, a literal baseball bat, and hits him until he spills out whatever he knows, which is not anything new. He knows everything that they taught him. He knows nothing about anything, and whenever he tells them the truth, he gets another beating with a bat from Momo, which is messed the fuck up. Sorry guys if you don't like the series. Basically, Deku is treated worse and worse every day since the rumors have started, and Monoma has been listening in. And he's literally listening to Deku's cries and screams as he does spew this out to another number of people, which did launch another rumor about how the Class 1As are not heroes but villains in disguises, and the villains are heroes that are portrayed into the villain society. As people are like believing in more and more of these rumors, except for Class 1A and some heroes that are involved with it. So a lot of people are against Class 1A, and whenever Class 1A tries to talk to the other classes or even the higher ups of those classes, like the big three, they're literally looked upon as villains. Even Mirio, who mainly keeps a smiling face on, literally just boils them down into nothing, as well as Sun Eater and Nejire Natado, Mirio, and Tamaki. Tamaki, literally, instead of being the shy guy, he is shy, but since this all started, he has to put on this brave face and tries to be a bit outgoing, but it doesn't work that well. But when he heard the rumors about this Class 1A student being captured by the other ones and some heroes, and all this happened, even Tsunade heard this and tried to not believe it, but when he saw through the eye of a student of Class 1A, he believed every single thing, and he looked down on All Might, saying that he failed to be the hero that everyone wants. He does not deserve the title of #1 pro hero. Instead, someone better should be put into that spotlight. All Might, you do not deserve that #1 spot. And he does say this to All Might. He does look into All Might's entire life, how Sir Nida's quirk works. He looks through the entire person's life, including the future. And he does look through it, and he sees how All Might has been treating this one student. The student that was supposed to go to Sir Nida's agency, recommended by All Might and Mirio. But when Mirio heard about these rumors, and even Sir Nidai, they tried to not believe it, as well as the other Big Three. But when Sir Nidai told everything to Mirio and the other students as well, even Monoma tries to tell them, okay, how about if you don't believe me, listen to this door. As they hear Deku screams and cries after Momo continuously beating him with a bat. And it's not normal bat, it's a metal bat. It's a metal fucking bat. As Deku, bones are literally breaking under the pain and pressure, as Recovery Girl was called to that room. And they try to not believe it, but when Sir Nidai told them it's true after looking through All Might and other students' my entire lives, the Big Three did believe it sooner than Sir Nidai, but tried to keep it a little lower. But when Sir Nidai told them everything from beginning to end, how Deku liked this one villain, which the Big Three is like, oh dear. Then I'm gonna go with the heroes until Sir Nidai continues, and then, oh no, I'm going with the other guys. Civilians, here I come. As Deku is put into a trap mindset because he thinks, oh, no one's gonna help me, no one's gonna hear my screams. As Deku does scream for someone to help him. That's what Deku is always screaming after Momo beats him. And whenever Deku screams, Momo beats him again, telling him to shut up. Until Deku's on the floor, bleeding from all the wounds that he has. As the rumors did go around, and not to Class 1A, how someone found the League of Villains and Overhaul. And Aries like happy about this, but also feels bad for Deku, because if the League of Villains and Overhaul did not came here, Deku would not be in this situation. And other people are like, no, it's the heroes and Class 1A who is doing this to your friends and your caretakers. Because they do think that Overhaul is Aries' guardian. Which is kind of reasonable since Overhaul is like in Aries' life most. As well as Deku. So basically they're like upset at these people, like, oh, you are like so bad. And they do not treat those Class 1A as heroes anymore. They did before all this happened. And after all that, they treated them like nothing. Like how Bakugo says, he treated Quirkless like trash. They treat the Class 1A and those heroes like they were nothing. Like literally nothing. They tried, whenever Class 1A or the heroes tried to talk to them, they ignored them until they felt like they were still slowly accomplishing what they were doing. Trying to make the Class 1A and heroes think that they are nothing. For they could at least leave the UA building and be in the perimeter, for they could look around more, for they could find the League of Villains and a way for Deku could escape. Which Deku is finding a way to escape because the ropes are taking weeks and weeks. It takes weeks until it becomes a month. And slowly tries to develop into a year, but Deku is trying to get as quickly as possible to cut the ropes. I think that's enough for this one.